Clement the bear cub and the gentle lion. In the heart of a lush, whispering forest surrounded by snow-capped mountains, there lived a bear cub named Clement. Clement was not the biggest or strongest cub, but he was brave in ways that didn't always show. Curious, kind, and full of wonder. Every day, he wandered a little further from the den, exploring meadows, following butterflies, and making up stories with the wind. One misty morning, Clement strayed farther than he ever had. He was following a trail of ripe berries when he heard a rustle, a heavy, deep rustle, like something big. He froze. From behind a tree emerged a young lion. Golden, with a mane just beginning to grow in, the lion looked regal, but not fierce. His amber eyes were soft, sad even. Clement's heart pounded. He had heard stories of lions, hunters, fierce beasts who ruled the savannas. This was surely the end. The lion looked just as surprised. "Oh, I'm sorry," said the lion quickly, stepping back. "I didn't mean to scare you." Clement blinked. You're not going to eat me." The lion smiled faintly. "Number, I don't do that." And so began the most unexpected friendship in the forest. The lion's name was Angus. He told Clement his story as they sat beneath a fig tree, nibbling on fruits and watching the light filter through the leaves. "I was born into a powerful pride," said Angus, "but I never felt like them. They hunt, they kill, but I've never wanted to. I can chase, I know how, but when I catch something, I freeze. It feels wrong. I live on roots and berries, figs and melons. They said I was weak, an embarrassment, so they cast me out." Clement listened quietly, his eyes wide with understanding. "You're not weak," Clement said. "You're different, but that's not a bad thing." Angus looked away, unsure. "Still, I don't have a roar. I mean, I do, but it's small, quiet, like me." The two spent days together. Angus helped Clement find his way home. In return, Clement invited Angus to stay a while in his forest. Clement's friends, a chatty squirrel named Nibs, a wise owl named Orla, and a nervous hedgehog named Pip, were wary at first. A lion in the forest? Unheard of. But Angus was gentle, and he helped where he could. He cleared logs, shared food, even watched over Pip during thunderstorms. Slowly, the forest welcomed him. Yet, inside, Angus still doubted himself. Clement saw it. One night, they sat by the stream. The moon reflected in the water like a silver coin. Clement turned to Angus and said, "You know, your roar isn't just a sound. It's your voice. It's what you stand for. You don't need to roar like the others. You just need to find your voice, your true one." Angus was quiet for a long time. Then Clement added, "It's already inside you." The next morning, Angus stood on a rock overlooking the forest. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. From deep within, he summoned everything, his pain, his hope, his strength. And then it came. Roar! It echoed through the forest like thunder, but it was more than loud. It was powerful. It was real. It was him. The birds paused. The trees hushed. Clement grinned. Angus had found his roar. Seasons passed, and Angus became a regular in Clement's forest. He shared stories of the savannah, taught the young animals how to climb trees without snapping branches, and became a guardian of peace. But one summer day, peace was shattered. A rogue group of lions, outcasts, cruel and bitter, invaded the forest. They were hunting, not for food, but for sport. They tore through the underbrush, scattering the animals, trampling nests, and laughing as fear spread. Clement and his friends were cornered, but then the air trembled. A shadow leapt from the trees. Angus! He stood between the lions and his friends, his mane wild, his eyes blazing. One of the rogue lions snarled. "You again." "The coward cub who eats leaves?" Angus didn't flinch. "I may eat leaves, but I protect my friends." And then he roared. It was mightier than before. The very forest seemed to shake. Birds took flight, and the rogue lions froze. "You're not welcome here," Angus growled. "Leave." Something in his voice, conviction, courage, made even the fiercest among them hesitate. They snarled, but turned. One by one, they left. Silence returned. Then cheers erupted. Clement ran up and hugged Angus's leg. "You did it," Clement beamed. "You found your roar, and you saved us." Angus smiled, tears in his eyes. "I just remembered who I was." From that day forward, Angus was no longer the lion who didn't belong. He was the lion who protected. The lion who roared not to frighten, but to inspire. And so, in a forest where bears and owls and hedgehogs lived in peace, a lion walked beside them. Not feared, not alone, but loved. All because a bear cub named Clement believed in him. Angus teaches us that compassion is not weakness, and Clement shows that belief in a friend can help them find the courage already within.